Hey guys, it is Christian here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I haven't really done this before. I'm going to be going over all the new movies coming out next year in 2026, or in a few days it's going to be 2026. So in a few days it's going to be New Year's, and then I'm going to have a ton of movies from next year to see. So yeah, before we get into this, please like, subscribe, and tell me what you think of this live stream. So we're going to go over all the big releases, whether I'm excited or not excited for them. So I'll just get right into it. So January, I'm not really gonna count. I'm gonna count mainly the ones in bold and not the ones like that say expands, because those are technical movies from 2025. The only non-bold ones I'll talk about is like if it's like a big Netflix thing or something. So yeah, January 2nd, not really much coming out, but January 9th, the Greenland sequel comes out. Haven't seen any trailers for this, so I can't really say whether or not I'm excited for this one. But the first one was alright. But yeah, it kind of seems like it may be like a little bit of like a Roland Emmerich type thing. Like he directed like Moonfall, Pearl Harbor. I wonder if it's just gonna be like cheesy fun or something. And then Primate comes out. That's about like a chimp that goes crazy. I didn't really like the trailer, but I think it premiered at Fantastic Fest or something, and people said it was good. So maybe it can be, but I don't know. The trailer looked a little bit like bad. I don't know. I'll say middle. Maybe it could be good. Maybe it's bad. Dead Man's Wire, I think, is a Gus Van Sant movie. Haven't seen any trailers for that, so I can't really say. 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Didn't watch the first one. I'll probably watch it eventually. I'm currently on winter break, so I'll have more time to watch stuff, and that may be one of the things I watch is the first 28 Years Later. Interesting that the sequel's coming out so soon. The first one came out in June of this year, and this one's going to be a January movie. Nia DaCosta is directing this one. Ray Fiennes, all the characters, or most of the characters from the last one are in it, I'm pretty sure. I heard from the early reactions that it's very good, and that Ray Fiennes is great in it. So, yeah. Anything else I really want to talk about for Try the Wonder, though? That's probably just some low budget animation thing. Owen Wilson's in it, though. Wow, Owen Wilson. And then The Rip, that's a Ben Affleck and Matt Damon movie, but I haven't seen any trailers for that. January 22nd is Sundance. January 23rd, Mercy, that's Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson, AI courtroom movie. The trailers look pretty bad, but I think it's an interesting concept. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chat. See, I think the concept is interesting. I just think the trailers make this look like kind of bad and kind of like it could be like very cheesy or like I don't know. It just doesn't look good. Like it looks like very low budget esque, I guess. I mean, no, that's not really the word I'm looking for. I just don't have a feeling it's not gonna be good. Return to Silent Hill. That's probably a sequel. January 30th, Send Help comes out. That's a new Sam Raimi movie starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And actually, that one looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm not really sure what these other ones are. Well, I know Arco, but that's a 2025 movie. February 6th, there's a Dracula movie. And I may have heard something about that, but yeah. Scarlet, that's from the director of Belle and Mirai. The Strangers Chapter 3. I heard the Chapter 1 and 2 were terrible. So yeah, that one will probably also be terrible. And then February 13th, there's Cold Storage. Is that Liam Neeson and Joe Keery? Well, it literally says their names. Yeah, I think I see Liam Neeson and Joe Keery in there. Don't really know what that movie's about, though. Crime 101, I've seen the trailers for that. This one has a pretty stacked cast. Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, Barry Keoghan. And I think the trailers honestly look pretty interesting. It's like this crime movie. about this criminal played by Chris Hemsworth, and Mark Ruffalo plays like the detective. Looks pretty solid. Maybe a thumbs up. Maybe I could see that one. I'm not sure. Goat. I just watched the most recent trailer for that one. I think it looks kind of generic, but the animation looks really cool, and it has a interesting voice cast. And Stephen Curry produces it, so maybe it could be good. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This is a Gore Verbinski movie with Sam Rockwell. I think it's about like robots and fighting, like trying to kill humans and stuff. Could be interesting. Watch the trailer. I think it looks pretty interesting. Gore Verbinski directed the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, if you know who that is. And then Wuthering Heights. Oh God, Emerald Fennell's new movie with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. Trailers look terrible. I mean, visually it looks great. I mean, it's Lana Sandgren doing photography, but the story is probably not that Saltburn had a lot of. So yeah, thumbs down. Probably not even gonna watch that one. February 20th. How to Make a Killing. Oh, I think that's Glenn Powell and Margaret Qualley, A24 movie. That could be interesting. I Can Only Imagine 2. I think this is like a religious music movie. And that's Psycho Killer. It's probably a horror movie. Don't really have much to say about those. Oh yeah, Gore Verbinski also directed Rango. Don't really have much to say about any of those. February 27th, there's the Elvis concert movie. I think Baz Luhrmann's directing this one. And then there's also Scream 7. As a Scream fan, I think Scream 7 looks pretty bad. They're not bringing back Melissa Barrera or Jenna Ortega. They're bringing back Neve Campbell. It seems to be like Scream 7 is just like going to be for the people who didn't like the Radio Silence movies, and they're saying we shouldn't do anything new. Let's just go back to what already works, you know. Sydney and Kevin Williamson and other characters that they're possibly going to bring back. Don't want to potentially spoil it, but yeah, I just don't really. It doesn't look that good. The trailers didn't really do much for me. Some of those sequences look interesting. Like there's the opening one, which is at like an Airbnb, and then there's also one in the trailer where Ghostface stabs through like the wall or something. That looks pretty cool, but aside from that, not really too hyped for this one. Although I've seen every Scream movie, so will that continue here? March 6th, The Bride comes out. This is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, starring Jessie Buckley, Christian Bale. Jake Gyllenhaal's also in it. It looks very Bonnie and Clyde, Joker and Harley Quinn-esque. And I don't really know. The trailer didn't really do much. I think it kind of looks like a headache to watch. It looks very chaotic, and not really sure if that's going to work. Hopefully, though. Hopefully it will. And then Hoppers also comes out March 6th. That could be good. I think the trailers look pretty fun. Also, the Peaky Blinders comes out. That's going to be on Netflix, but it comes out in theaters on March 6th. That could be interesting. I haven't watched the show, but I hear it's really good. And Cillian Murphy's in it. March 13th, there's The Breadwinner. This has the Emmys. Bargatze, Nate Bargatze. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. No, I think on his Wikipedia actually tells you how. But he just hosted the Emmys recently. I did watch the trailer for this one though. It doesn't really look too good. I think it's about like this wife who's on Shark Tank and this Bargatze. Okay, Nate Bargatze. It's about like this wife who's on Shark Tank, and then this dad has to stay home with all the kids and stuff. Kind of looks very Daddy's Home-esque. If you've seen the two Daddy's Home movies, kind of looks very similar to those, but maybe I don't really think it looks that good. Thumbs down. Reminders of Him. Oh God, Colleen Hoover movie. This one has interesting cast. I think Micah Monroe from Long Legs is in it. Tyreek Withers from Him is in it. That the recent football horror movie that came out. Didn't watch it because I heard it was terrible, but he's in it. Bradley Whitford and Lauren Graham are in it. This movie looks awful. I'm sorry. I mean, these movies just aren't for me, I guess. And then the trailer, as soon as they started playing Alex Warren's Ordinary, I was just like laughing, and it just looks like it has all the cliches that you'd expect from a Hoover movie. She was the author. Two of her movies just got adapted into movies recently. It Ends with Us and Regretting You. Heard Regretting You was awful, and then It Ends with Us has a lot of controversy to it with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. So yeah, thumbs down. Not gonna watch that one. And then that Sunday's the Oscars. The Oscars. Obviously, I've been putting out a ton of awards content recently, so all it's gonna end there. March 20th, there's a Billie Eilish movie. I think James Cameron's actually directing this one. I think it's like a concert movie. There's also Project Hail Mary from Phil Lord and Chris Miller, starring Ryan Gosling and Sandra Hüller. That one looks very good. It's a space movie. It has Ryan Gosling befriending an alien. Looks very good. Maybe one of my most anticipated for next year, actually. And then March 27th, Ready or Not 2 comes out. And this was supposed to come out in April, but they moved it up. So it must show that they're pretty confident in this movie. And then There Will Kill You with Zazie Beetz. I think this is like a cult horror movie, like a satanic one. And then there's also Alpha's from Julia Ducournau, I think, who directed Titan. April. The Drama comes out. This is an A24 movie starring Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. That could be good. Interesting. It could be interesting. Super Mario Galaxy movie comes out. About the trailer was pretty solid. Benny Safdie is going to be in this one as Bowser Jr. Brie Larson is going to be in it as Rosalina. They're bringing back Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy. They're bringing back most of the cast from the first movie. Could be good. You, Me, and Tuscany comes out April 10th. That's like rom-com thing. Probably not my taste, but I watched the trailer. It doesn't look too bad, I guess. April 17th, a movie called Normal comes out. Not really sure what this is. The Mummy, though, that's from Lee Cronin, who did Evil Dead Rise. Oh, Normal's and Bob Odenkirk action movie. Well, anything with him I'll probably be interested in. Saul Goodman. And then The Mummy's from Lee Cronin, who did Evil Dead Rise. The weekend after we get Michael. Could be good, could be very generic, formulaic. I'm probably gonna end up seeing that one though, so stay tuned. Apex, I think this one has Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. And Mother Mary, that's like a pop star movie. It's A24. It's about like a pop star played by Anne Hathaway, and her fashion designer is played by Michaela Cole. Could be interesting. Omaha, I think that one was at Sundance last year, and John Major was in it from Past Lives in September 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Apex is like with Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. Okay, now we're into summer. May 1st, Animal Farm comes out. Oh god, Animal Farm. That trailer was awful. Probably a contender for least anticipated of next year, and I'll definitely won't be seeing it. Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out. Curious to see how that one turns out. The teaser was very short. The first movie is like kind of like a classic movie that most people know. I can kind of see this one, like, because it's so long, like this 20-year gap between this and the first one. I could kind of see like them rehashing a lot of the plot from the first one, but we'll just have to see. Hokum. Oh, is that Adam Scott? I'm not really sure what that's about. May 8th, Mortal Kombat with Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. First one came out 4 years ago. Came out in 2021. And this one was supposed to come out in October of this year, but they delayed it to May because a lot of people watched the first trailer, so I think they thought that they have a summer blockbuster on their hands. I thought the trailer was pretty good, so hopefully this one is better than the first movie was. Sheep Detectives comes out. This one has like the sheep. They're like trying to solve the murder of their farmer, played by Hugh Jackman. There's a good amount of voice actors in it, like famous people in it. Um, I think it looks kind of bad, but maybe it can be entertainingly bad. Who knows? May 12th, Cannes starts. Cannes Film Festival. May 15th, there's Is God Is, Obsession. Not really sure what any of those are. May 22nd, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars. I'm kind of tired of Star Wars, honestly. Which is a shame because, like, a decade ago, Force Awakens came out and everyone was so excited, but then Last Jedi came out and the fandom really broke up, and now, like, we just get so much Star Wars content. We obviously had a ton of movies. We haven't had a movie in 7 years, though. By the time Mandalorian and Grogu comes out, it would be 7 years. But we've gotten a ton of TV shows. The Mandalorian was good, but a lot of the shows have not been so good. So, like, I feel like this is not going to be great. Out of the trailer, it just looks like the same old stuff. It doesn't really look overly exciting. So yeah, it may have to go thumbs down, but maybe I'll still see it anyway. Who knows? Stop That Train comes out May 29th. I'm not really sure what that is. Animal Friends, I think, is like a adult, like animated, like CGI talking animal movie. I think there are a few like celebrities in it. I think it's like in the line of something like Strays, which was like dogs that like curse and talk and stuff. Ryan Reynolds is in this. Jason Momoa, Aubrey Plaza, Dan Levy. Yeah, so they have a good amount of people in this one. It's probably a lot like Strays. Movies like that usually just have one. I think when you talk about Strays, Sausage Party, Good Boys with Jacob Tremblay, they usually have like one joke movies. It's like these things, like you wouldn't expect them to be so raunchy, but then they are very raunchy and they say the F word all the time. And it just depends, honestly. Like if the joke is funny, then the movie's good. But if the joke is not funny and it's annoying, then the movie won't be good. So yeah, they're just really dependent on whether or not like you think animals cursing is funny. Masters of the Universe, they're making that into a movie. It's He-Man and all that. I didn't know Noah Centineo is playing He-Man, but we haven't seen a trailer for that. The weekend after that, we get Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's new movie, Thumbs Up. That's definitely one of my most anticipated for next year. Probably the most excited I am for a movie next year. That and another movie, which we'll get into. Yeah, Spielberg's back, and yeah, I cannot wait. The trailer looked very good. And then we have Scary Movie 6. Not sure who asked for another scary movie, but I think the genre is like evolved enough where they can joke about like a lot of the stuff that's happened in horror recently. I don't know when the last time we had a scary movie is, but maybe it could be funny. June 19th, Toy Story 5 comes out. I don't really think anyone asked for a Toy Story 5, but I think the premise of it being like toys versus iPads is interesting. Hopefully it's good. Toy Story 4 surprised me. Surprised a lot of other people, although there are a good amount of people who still hate it and think it's unnecessary. Although I like Toy Story 4, although it's not as good as the first three. Hopefully this one's good. We'll just have to see. And Supergirl comes out. That looks good. The second movie in the DCU. Craig Gillespie is directing this. He directed like Cruella, I, Tonya, Dumb Money, and then Millie Alcock's playing Supergirl. So yeah, I think that could be very good. July. There's so many movies coming out in July. Minions 3. Okay. Probably not going to be very good, but probably make a lot of money. Shiver. I don't know what that is. Young Washington. Is that about George Washington? Maybe. Moana live action. Oh god. Yeah, that's one. That's probably that and Animal Farm. Probably the two least anticipated. The trailer was terrible. Looks like the exact same movie as the first one. 90% it looks like CGI. No one asked for it. The first one came out 10 years ago. Yeah, bad. Thumbs down. Cut Off. Don't know what that is. Although The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's movie with Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Charlize Theron. Probably one of my most anticipated for next year. Definitely going to see that one. Then Disclosure Day, the two I'm most excited for. The two I'm the most excited for. Evil Dead Burn comes out. Another Evil Dead movie. Who's directing this one? Because I don't think it's Lee Cronin. Sebastian Vanny. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing it. It's not Sam Raimi though, and it's not Lee Cronin. It's a new director. But yeah, it's another Evil Dead movie. Hopefully, we'll see if it's good. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out on July 31st. Can't wait to see Spider-Man back in the MCU. Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi, is doing this one. This one's going to have Michael Mando as Scorpion. It's also going to have Mark Ruffalo as Hulk, John Bernthal as the Punisher. I wish they would just be able to make a Spider-Man movie where it's just Spider-Man, but I think because of the licensing and stuff, like they can't do that. Hopefully we get a street-level movie then when it's not another multiverse movie. We just have to hope. August 7th, we're getting Once Upon a Time in the Cinema and Super Troopers 3. I think Super Troopers is like a comedy movie. Flavor of Vale Street, I think this one has Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway's in a lot of movies next year. I think it's like some mystery movie directed by David Robert Mitchell. Could be interesting. Have to see a trailer. Paw Patrol 3, the Dino movie. No. Never gonna see that. Then there's an Insidious movie comes out on August 21st. And August 28th, we have a movie called Cliffhanger. Coyote vs. Acme. That's been through grueling things because Warner Brothers initially canceled it, but then Ketchup Studios got it. So now it's coming out August 28th. And then The Dog Stars comes out on August 28th from Ridley Scott, starring Jacob Elordi. I think was it Margaret Qualley? It's Jacob Elordi and someone else. Dick Wong, Guy Pearce. Yeah, decent cast. And just like that, we're done with summer. And September 2nd, we have Venice, and then we have How to Rob a Bank. Don't know what that is. Toronto starts on September 10th. September 11th, what a date. We have Clayface, and we're getting Sense and Sensibility remake. I'm actually intrigued with Clayface, saying it's like a horror movie. Well, no, I know it's DC and Mike Flanagan. No, James Watkins. Mike Flanagan's writing, and then James Watkins is the director. He did the Speed No Evil movie with James McAvoy, and stars Naomi Ackie, Eddie Marsan, Max Minghella. Interesting cast. Sure, but yeah, it could be good. Then we have Sense and Sensibility. I think this is a remake of a Emma Thompson movie. Let me double check. I wonder if there's like anyone big in it, or if it's just like a known cast. Yeah, we're getting Sense and Sensibility remake on the Clayface movie on September 11th. So that's all I have to say. Daisy Edgar Jones is in this. Fiona Shaw, Katrina Bell, George Mackay. Yeah, decent cast, but I haven't seen the original, so I'm not really sure if this one. September 18th, we're getting Practical Magic 2. I think this is with Nicole Kidman and someone else. It's Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, I think. I'm looking it up right now. Suzanne Bier is directing it. And then, yeah, Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. They're in the first one. They're reprising their roles. And then we're also getting Resident Evil. I think Zach Cregger is directing this one. He did Barbarian and Weapons. Weapons is one of my favorite movies from this year. So I can't wait to see what it does with Resident Evil. Although Resident Evil does not have a good track record with movies. So obviously the Paul W. Sanderson and Yogovich ones, and there's also the one that came out a couple of years ago, the Welcome to Raccoon City. That one was nice. So yeah, Zach Cregger's directing this one. Paul Walter Hauser's in it, and Zach Cherry from Severance, and then Austin Abrams from Weapons is in it, and then Callie Reese from the True Detective show with Jodie Foster. They're all good. Good Resident Evil movie. It's September 25th, and game's getting released. Forgotten Island, I think Harper. I'm not sure what that is. Let's look up what that is real quick. But yeah, Forgotten Island, I'm pretty sure it's DreamWorks. Forgotten Island is directed by Joel Crawford and Janelle Mercado. Joel Crawford co-directed the Puss in Boots. Her, yeah, interesting cast. Nick Robinson, Emily Jones in this one. My cup of tea, but and then figure from in your Alejandro Iñárritu and starring Tom Cruise. The team, I had to see like a full trailer so I can see what the story is, but the cinematography looks great. I think this could be a great film. Who's the cinematographer in this one? Is it Darius Kanji, Bardo? Maybe. Or is it like Lubetsky or someone? He's also in a couple of movies with Iñárritu. He won 2 Oscars in a row for Iñárritu movies with Birdman and The Revenant. Yeah, I think Digger's like a dark comedy movie. Tom Cruise is in it. I think it could be good. It also stars Jesse Plemons, Sandra Hüller, Riz Ahmed, Sophia Wilde, Emma Darcy, Michael Stolberg, John Goodman. Oh, the cinematographer is Lubetsky. All right. He won 3 Oscars in a row for Gravity, Iñárritu's Birdman, and then Iñárritu's The Revenant. So yeah, this could be good. And we're also getting Verity. I'm not really sure what that is. It's a crime movie. Writer Colin Hoover. Oh no! Oh, another Anne Hathaway movie. Michael Showalter is directing it. I saw named Colin Hoover and I'm out. Oh, is that Dakota Johnson and Josh Hartnett? Yeah, they're in it. But yeah Colin Hoover's and thanks. So yeah. October 9th, Other Mommy. I think that's a horror film. I think Jessica Chastain's in this one. We're also getting The Social Reckoning, directed by Aaron Sorkin, starring Mikey Madison, Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Strong. The Social Network sequel, basically. The Other Mommy's a horror movie. It stars Jessica Chastain, Karen Allen. It's directed by Rob. Yeah, it could be interesting. It's a horror film. So, wondering if it's Blumhouse. Let's see. Well, I don't see Jason. Oh, James Wan's a producer. All right. So the James Wan movie. It's based on a novel. Then we got the Social Reckoning, which is the Social Network 2, basically. Aaron Sorkin's directing. I think he's also writing. So yeah, it stars Jeremy Allen White, Mikey Madison, Bill Burr. Yeah, they got good cast. There's also The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. That was originally supposed to go to theaters, but it's going to be on Paramount Plus. October 16th, you have the Street Fighter movie. The teaser for that looks pretty interesting. Um, October 23rd, we getting Oh, okay, we're back. I have a visitor. Hold on. Yo, I hope I haven't been muted the whole time. That would be disastrous. But yeah, Narnia comes out on November 26th. Greta Gerwig, and then Madden with David O. Russell. And in December, Violent Night 2. This is with the David Harbour Christmas movie, action movie with Santa Claus. That's getting a sequel. Could be fun. Jumanji 3 comes out December 11th. Or is it Jumanji 4? Well, it's the third one with The Rock, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and Jack Black. So we'll see if that's any good. Then December 18th, big weekend. Avengers Doomsday comes out. I really hope Doomsday's good, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a mess. Although I'll definitely still see it, probably. And then there's Doom Part 3, which I am excited for. It's from Denis Villeneuve's returning. It's going to be with Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Anya Taylor-Joy, Florence Pugh. Great cast. Can't wait for that. That's probably number 3 on the most anticipated list. And then we're getting an Angry Birds movie 3. 23rd, and then on Christmas we're getting Werewolf, which is Robert Eggers. Probably a werewolf movie. And I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this. Hold on, let me look up the cast real quick. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it. I think Lily Rose Depp is in it. Both were in Nosferatu. Yeah. Willem Dafoe obviously is in it. Ralph Ineson's in it. All of them were in Nosferatu, actually. I'm excited for. So yeah, that's it for 2026. Thank you so much for watching. May have been muted for large chunks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.